It was a quiet day in Miramar, Florida, back in October 2021. Dwight DJ Grant, just 18, was walking through his apartment complex when someone stopped him. The words they spoke were simple.
You know what I have to do, right? That I have to hurt you. Like, I have to get you back for what you did.
DJ had no idea that a plan had been quietly taking shape around him. It was carefully set in motion by people he thought he knew.
Me and him were going to fight with, because he was going to seduce to get him to come downstairs.
The weapon, he used it to stab the boy. It's a knife then that he had?
There is a knife and there is
A longer what? A sword.
The boy was just like, you're gonna kill me. Just choke me out or like end it. He's like, choke me out, end it, do something. Andre, and he stabbed me right here.
On the neck, like back side of the neck? On the right side?
This is not just about what happened. It's about how the detectives put the pieces together, step by step, tracking the suspects, chasing down eyewitnesses, and exposing the truth behind a teenage murder plot.
Crime Explorer.
Welcome to the channel, where we don't just tell you the story. We walk you through every twist, every clue, every move the detectives made. If you're into real cases with deep dives and no fluff, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Because in this story, every detail matters, and what you think you know about the suspects might just change by the end. Let's start from the beginning. It was a Sunday evening, October 17th, 2021, when everything first began to feel wrong to a nurse from Memorial Healthcare System. Nurse Malene Emil, DJ's mother, noticed her son hadn't come home. It wasn't like him to vanish like that. The next day, his friends and family didn't wait. They hit the streets, passing out flyers, walking through neighborhoods, calling his name. They checked every spot DJ might have gone, but he was nowhere. DJ was a senior at Miramar High School in Broward County. Sure, some kids his age skipped class now and then, but when DJ missed school on Monday morning, people noticed. This wasn't like him. That's when police stepped in. They went straight to the school, hoping someone there might know where he'd gone. Police walked through the crowded hallways, stopping students one by one. They asked if anyone had seen DJ or heard from him. In the crowd, they noticed a very nervous girl. The officers stopped her.
I have anxiety and depression, so he would check.
He has anxiety?
No, I have
Okay, so he would check on you.
Yeah.
Do you know the girl that he's talking to or trying to talk to?
No.
No, does he have a girlfriend?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No? Okay.
She shared DJ often checked in on her because he understood what that felt like. She hadn't seen him lately. The officer kept digging.
Thank you very much. Okay, so you haven't spoken to him since...
Sunday.
Is this his behavior? Does he do it? He's a good kid?
He's a good kid. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. If he goes out, he has a plan. He goes out with his friends. He calls literally all of us all the time to let us know, what's up, how you are.
Okay, all right.
In the morning, at night, make sure I'm okay.
Okay.
DJ had a habit of calling his friends regularly, always checking in, whether in the morning or late at night. That's just who he was. His friends hadn't heard from him either since Friday. DJ wasn't the kind of kid who would just vanish. He had his circle. He had his routine. His friends described him as a quiet gamer, a calm and respectful person. There was no history of fights, no reckless behavior, no secret life. His sudden silence wasn't just unusual. It was terrifying. By Tuesday, the police search had stretched into the streets of Miramar. Police were canvassing Sherman Circle North, and around 2 p.m., they found something. In the bushes near one of the apartment buildings, they found a body. And not just any body. It was a young man.
Oh my God. Here, let me step back. Can you guys go back inside for me?
The body was hidden just outside the apartment complex where DJ lived. It might have been easy to miss if not for the trail, a blood-stained sidewalk that led them straight to him. DJ had been there all along, so close to home. A knife was also found in the grass. As word spread, DJ's family rushed over, desperate to understand what was going on.
Please. Just give us a few minutes and we'll come in and talk to you. Just go back inside. Can you go back inside, please? Don't. Just do as I ask, please. In a few minutes, an officer will come talk to you. Go back inside. Can you just, please, take her inside?
Officers tried to hold the family back, asking them to step inside. They also worked to manage the growing crowd while locking down the scene.
Go back in your apartment for me, please. Listen, I can't answer anything right now. I just need you to go inside the apartment and stay there till I can get somebody to come and speak to you, please. Listen, what did I just ask? Just give us a few minutes and somebody will come and talk to you. Just give me a few minutes. Go ahead and go inside. Okay, go ahead and go inside for me.
DJ's family was still nearby, still waiting, as officers stretched crime scene tape across the stairwells. They needed to control the space. They needed to collect every piece of evidence. Several detectives gathered near the body.
Pues eso happened aquí abajo, ¿no? Aquí abajo, sí. Ahí abajo del stairwell que está ahí, había mucha sangre, and you can see that probablemente están tratando de limpiarlo. Hay una cámara aquí, hay dos cámaras aquí, y hay una cámara en esa esquina donde lo tiraron.
Sunday.
On Sunday, he went missing Sunday.
A young man, twice, once in the neck and once in the chest, and left in the bushes like he didn't matter. The victim's appearance matched the description DJ's family had given, but the police couldn't say anything just yet. They still needed to be sure. They still needed to follow procedure.
So go around in the middle, go up to the second floor, and put it across. So there's no one goes down the stairwell.
Okay.
That way.
So we got that and that. Crime scene tape, crime scene log. Let me get that started.
Miramar is a peaceful neighborhood, and when word spread around that police have found a dead body, the community united together. Back at Miramar Police Headquarters, people started showing up, wanting to help. One woman walked into the lobby, holding her teenage niece's phone. What she carried wasn't just a phone. It was a window into a private group chat that might hold the key to everything.
Can you just give me a brief rundown? I'm so sorry.
Of what's going on?
Yeah, because I know I
only know I've seen on the news that they found a body over by Sherman Circle, and they keep showing a picture of the kid that goes to Miramar High, saying they can't guarantee that it's him, basically, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
But on my niece's phone, all the texts are coming through that they're her friends, and there's people from school there, and they know it's him.
Okay.
I don't know if that, I don't know unless...
No, I
I'm just
understand.
assuming that it's him because of what...
So did you speak to a detective or anything like that?
No, I haven't spoken to anybody. I just came here because my niece was telling me that she had got these texts from this girl yesterday from the modeling, and she said it was the most traumatizing day of her life when she seen him yesterday, which would have been Sunday.
Yeah.
So in my mind, one and one, I'm not saying she did anything, but I'm not saying I can't come here and not show you either because she
more than
keeps
once
saying
tells everybody in the
how many
modeling
people she's
group
killed
that
and she's in a gang, which...
I mean, and it could be just to be, look
Tough.
cool or to be tough.
But you never know.
It's like, you
And
don't
the same
know.
thing, I don't want the text messages here, I don't want them
To
to
just-
show my niece's, I don't want her...
Like
I don't
her
want her
to
name.
associate
Right.
with... Okay.
Right, so it needs to be kind of, if you...
No, I understand.
The woman wasn't accusing anyone, but she didn't want to ignore what she had seen either. She also didn't want her niece to be tied to this in any way. The officer promised to handle it carefully and took the phone for review.
Please, if you can just write on there not to put her name anywhere,
Sure.
just in case this
Yeah,
girl
you're
literally is who she says she
You're
is.
fine. You're fine.
She's
No, I
a senior
understand.
and I want my niece to make it out.
Investigators now had something solid, a crime scene, and possible evidence right in their hands. By Wednesday, police were ready to confirm what everyone feared. The body they found was DJ Grant. But now, the bigger question stood in front of them. Who did this? And why? The group chat seemed like careless teenage gossip to some, but detectives knew better. The text messages inside pointed straight to three names: 17-year-old Andre Dexter Clements, 16-year-old Jaslyn Smith, 17-year-old Christy Parisian. Those names would soon lead investigators right to the heart of what happened to DJ. Investigators didn't wait. As soon as the names surfaced, they moved quickly to track the teens down. Officers showed up at Chrissy Parisian's house. They knocked on the door, and her mother came out, confused and caught off guard.
Miramar Police Department. Miramar Police Department.
Yes.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. What happened?
Are you the only one here?
Christy?
Is Christy here?
No.
Are you Christy?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my daughter.
No, I'm saying, is anybody else in the house?
No.
Okay. Do you mind talking to us outside for a minute?
Huh?
Do you mind talking to us? I have Detective Woods here.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I heard the message. I was at work. I don't know. I don't have why. I'm waiting for my sister to go over there. I got the message.
You got the. Come over here. And
What happened?
I just need to speak to you over here for a second.
Oh, Lord.
She didn't fully understand what was going on, but she followed them outside, trying to make sense of the situation. The conversation continued outside as officers carefully explained what was about to happen.
So, right now there's an investigation, and I guess it's your daughter?
Yeah, that's my daughter.
Your daughter, her name came up. So, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to keep you out of the house for now.
Me?
Yes. Nothing has to do with you personally, but we have to keep everybody out of the apartment. So if there's anybody else in there that's in there.
No, the sister, she's at work right now.
But nobody else is inside?
No, only three of us.
You got shoes on? Okay.
There's nobody else inside right now?
No.
The officers made it clear that a search warrant was on the way.
So we have detectives that are going to get a search warrant.
Okay.
So right now, we're just going to make sure nobody's inside, and then we're going to close the door. And then we're going to wait for the warrant to get here. And
When I can come back. When I can come back, no?
As soon as you're done with the search warrant, then
Today?
go back in.
No, not today.
Okay, today.
She couldn't go back in, not until everything inside had been carefully processed. Christy's mom wasn't under arrest, and the officers didn't have a warrant just yet. They still didn't let her go back inside. One can understand the premise, but here the officers did infringe on her rights. She requested if she could grab her phone, but they denied.
Can I take my phone to call my sister? Is it okay? Take my phone? My phone is right there. Can I call her? Because I'm waiting on her to go.
Well, right now at this point, we already gave you, notice that nobody can go back inside.
Can you take my phone for me? This is right there. By the way, is right there. You see my phone right there?
we really got to follow protocol on this one.
Oh my God.
According to the officers, the house was now sealed. The rules had to be followed. She even asked if one of the officers could bring it to her, but the answer didn't change. No one was allowed inside until a search warrant arrived. So she waited outside with the officers, calm, patient, trying to keep herself together. As they stood outside, she told the officers that her daughter sent her a voice message earlier that day talking about the murder. Hearing that the officers forgot the protocol and retrieved her phone so she could show the voice message.
Statement. I'll be back soon, and I will have my phone so they can my phone. So, okay.
Christy had said the police were taking her to the station to give an official statement. She didn't have her phone because the police had taken it. She told her mom she would be home soon. By now, police had already spoken with Christy at the station. The officer gave the phone back to Christy's mom. There wasn't much else she could offer. Then, the officers informed her that no one from the family is allowed to leave.
So are you going to be around here? Are you sticking around here? Or are you leaving?
Leaving where?
You're not going anywhere, right?
No, I was going to the police station.
No, I mean right now.
I'm waiting for my sister to go to the police station because my sister drives.
Okay. Well, don't go too far because when we're done, we're going to need you here.
No, I'm just going to the police station, that's it, to see what happened, that's what.
Okay.
To see what happened, that's it. I'm not going nowhere because I don't know nowhere to go.
I mean, honestly, you go to the police station, they're not going to tell you anything. How old is your daughter?
What's she at now? What now?
How old is she?
She's 17.
Oh, she's a junior. Oh, definitely.
Since Christy was under 18, her mother had the right to be present during any questioning. In Christy's case, the police crossed the line twice. First, they held her mother outside the house without a search warrant. But what really raised eyebrows was when they went on to question Christy, a minor, without making sure an adult was there for her. Next on the list was Jaslyn Smith. By late that night, around 11 p.m., officers tracked her down and went to her family's apartment. They questioned her outside, standing with her mother.
Jaslyn, did you hurt this person?
No, I didn't. I didn't hit him or anything. I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the corner.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
I was just told to push him and make sure he stayed in the corner.
The officers had already started to piece this part together. It matched what they'd begun to suspect after reviewing the evidence. They reminded Jaslyn that they believed she was a good kid and that honesty mattered right now. Jaslyn's mother wanted to know exactly what her daughter's role had been.
So I need honesty from you, okay?
I've been 100% honest with you.
I know.
100%.
I know, but I need to know, like, does this implicate my child in this action of what happened?
I don't know exactly what happened. You're telling me that you were told to do something? I don't know what you did. I don't know what you didn't do.
She said that she was told to keep him in a corner.
Andre told me that somebody had pissed him off, or somebody that was messing with somebody else's girl or something. It had to do with some type of chick. And that he was upset and that he needed some backup for a fight. He told me it was just a fight.
Jaslyn had been told to trap DJ in the stairwell. It was something about a girl. Andre needed backup for a fight. That's what he called it. A fight.
I want to make sure that you both understand, because I've said this already to you in the past, that you guys don't have to stay here. You do not have to talk to me.
Are you going to arrest my child?
No, I'm not going to arrest your child. I'm not. But I want to make sure that you understand that, because she is 16. I'm being completely honest with you. I want to hear what she has to say, but I wanted to reiterate, because I said it to you and she wasn't here. That's all. Okay? Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to go to some police station and leave without my daughter.
I'm just saying you don't have to. We have to hold this house, but you guys don't have to stay here. That's all I'm saying.
They were free to leave if they wanted, but the house had to remain secured. The pieces were slowly falling into place, but there was still one more person investigators needed to find. But Jaslyn Smith seemed willing to talk, and her mother didn't stop her. So, the officers listened as she began to tell her side. Jaslyn explained that Andre was the real mastermind behind all this. He planned everything, even the color of the dress she had to wear.
He told me to dress up in all black and follow him.
Andre?
Yes. I wore a do-rag and everything. He just said, do this for me. Just help me out with a fight. We're fine.
Jaslyn walked the officers through what happened next.
We walked all the way there, and we walked up the stairway, and Chrissy was there.
Chrissy was already there. Her job was to lure DJ out. The officers leaned in as Jaslyn shared another detail.
Chrissy had seduced him, from what I know.
It wasn't by accident. It was part of the plan. Detectives were still piecing everything together. They weren't ready to make any official arrests just yet. But Jaslyn knew it was now inevitable. Deep down, she knew the police would show up eventually. She had already started bracing herself for the worst.
I was trying to just pretend and forget that it didn't happen. I already knew that if something like this was going to happen, I already knew the cops were going to show up sooner or later. And I already started preparing myself for the worst, Ma.
What do you mean by preparing yourself for the worst?
If they send me away, Ma. Because by everything I've already said, I'm an accomplice. And I know this, but I'm sorry.
She understood what her involvement meant. She knew she was an accomplice. The story had now taken shape. One teenager was dead, and Jaslyn had given detectives what they needed, the motive and the name of the one who set it all in motion, Andre Clements. Jaslyn Smith told investigators that Andre didn't just get upset, he wanted revenge, and he didn't want to do it alone. He needed help. Inside the police car with her mother, Jaslyn walked the officers through everything. She was calm but careful, filling in the timeline from the beginning. She explained that before Sunday, before any of this happened, Andre had reached out to her.
Before Sunday, before he came over.
Who's he?
Andre.
Andre's from school also?
Yes.
You know his last name?
Clements.
Clements?
Yeah.
Is he, what grade is he in?
He's a senior.
A senior?
This year.
Okay.
He told her he had a situation to handle. He needed help with a fight. The officer asked her to slow down and go step by step.
So I'd like for you to kind of tell me step by step on how everything occurred. You know, from the, how it all started, how you even got notified or whatever, and then moving forward from there.
Yes.
Okay?
She remembered that it all started on a Friday.
Before he ever came over, he told me on Friday, I believe it was Friday, that he had a situation that he needed to deal with, and he was wondering if I could help him out with a fight. Me knowing that I used to fight in elementary and used to be a bad kid-ish outside of school, I had agreed because he's a good friend of mine. I'm like, it's just a fight.
Andre knew she had a reputation for getting into fights when she was younger. The officer nodded, letting her continue.
So, on to Sunday, he had said he was going to be coming over at around 6.
Okay.
He came over at least 6:45, close to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And he had proceeded to tell me the whole scenario of, we're going to get dressed in all black. You're going to wear clothes that you don't care about. You're going to wear gloves. You're going to wear do-rag. I know the whole layout of the building and everything that we need to do this. Get dressed, just wait, and then we'll go.
He told her exactly what to wear. Clothes she would throw away later. She needed to wear gloves and hair protection. Jaslyn's story was opening a window into the days leading up to the murder, and it wasn't over yet.
We had gotten dressed, we had prepared. My mom had gotten home. We had told her that we were going to go on a walk. We had left the house immediately with me, Andre, and Chrissy, and we had left the complex all the way down. He was explaining to me that the person that me and him were going to fight with, and that Chrissy was going to seduce to get him to come downstairs, had messed with a girl that he knew and had, essentially from what I know.
Okay.
This is what he had told me.
Andre told Jaslyn that DJ had messed with a girl he knew. From what Andre said, it wasn't just flirting, it was personal. The officers listened closely as Jaslyn kept talking.
And on the way there, he's telling me exactly where we're going to walk, exactly how we're going to walk, exactly what we're going to do, and what we're going to wait for a signal. And I was like, okay, it's just a fight.
Andre told her they needed to wait for a signal. Jaslyn didn't push back. At the time, it all felt like just a fight. She went along with it. Piece by piece, Jaslyn walked the detectives through the route they had taken.
We had walked through the front gates of the complex.
Do you remember which complex it was?
I don't know the name, but I do know that it's the complex next to the old house that we used to live in.
The story was starting to lock in. Every step, every move, every decision. And Jaslyn wasn't finished yet. Jaslyn's story was becoming more detailed. She explained how they had fully prepared for the encounter.
We were wearing gloves, 2 sets. We had on all black from head to toe. We had on our hoodies, and we had on do-rags to cover our eyebrows and facial hair and anything like that.
Okay.
We had masks on as well. We had walked out, and when we got in there, we had walked over to where the stairwell was, while even telling me to move this way to avoid a camera and to avoid being seen.
Okay.
We had walked through there. He said there was no cameras there, so we had relaxed and chilled out more. And I'm just thinking this is a fight.
Right.
And I'm thinking the reason why we have him all black is, if he was to fight him, because he seems pretty upset over the whole situation of what was going on. I'm like, okay, maybe he's gonna fight him and there's gonna be blood, and he's just like, I don't need you going with blood on you.
Right,
or
right.
being seen, or your mom just like seeing anything like that.
They wore 2 sets of gloves, hoodies, and do-rags to hide their hairlines and facial features. Their faces were covered with masks. They made sure they avoided cameras. The detectives let her keep going, knowing she still had more to share.
So, we had walked up the stairs while Chrissy stayed downstairs and made a call or a text saying that she was here. Me and him were upstairs. He's just talking to me, we're relaxed, we're chill. And then he got a signal from Chrissy to walk downstairs. We walk downstairs and he tells me to wait on the top of the stairs. And he had a weapon with him. He told me to hold the weapon. We had gloves on at this time still. We had walked down the stairs. He had approached the boy, and Chrissy had moved back and walked down the stairs fully.
Did you know this boy or no? Okay.
Check out how she used the word weapon. Jaslyn is very specific about everything else. But when it came to the weapon, she kept it vague. No details. No description. We already know DJ had 2 wounds, so it's pretty clear it wasn't a gun. But why leave that part out? That answer is coming up later in this interview, and trust me, it's going to shock you. Stay tuned.
Boy tried to make a run for it after Andre approached him and was like, yeah, we have a problem. And he has me standing behind with a weapon. So he tells me, Chrissy looked at me and he made a run for it, and I'm like, okay, weapon's just for intimidation, I'm gonna put this down. I ran and I helped Andre to tackle him and put him onto the ground.
She helped Andre tackle him to the ground, believing it was just about holding him there, maybe roughing him up. But it was never just a fight. It was never just intimidation. The weapon Andre carried was not just for show. This was a planned murder, carefully set in motion by a teenager who couldn't let go of his anger. And Jaslyn was right in the middle of it. Jaslyn described how Andre confronted DJ, venting all his anger and frustrations.
Andre is talking to him, saying everything he has to get off of his chest, and saying how mad he is, and then he proceeded to say, you know what I have to do, right? That I have to hurt you. I have to get you back for what you did. And the boy is like, you don't have to do this. I won't bother you. I won't say nothing. I haven't seen you guys. I won't say anything. Nothing. And I'm just thinking, okay, Andre's probably going to hit him or punch him. And then everything else is he's just going to get into a fight.
DJ begged, promising he wouldn't say anything and wouldn't cause trouble, but the story kept pulling detectives deeper, past the point of no return.
Andre asked for the weapon after explaining to him that he was going to kill the other boy. He had asked for the weapon, and I just handed it to him, because I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm like, okay, maybe you're joking, because me and Andre are playful. We like to mess around, and we do play fight, and we're just very sibling type relationship.
Right.
Andre asked Jaslyn to hand him the weapon. She did, still hoping this was some kind of joke. Their friendship had always been playful, full of roughhousing and inside jokes, but this didn't feel playful anymore.
And he had taken the weapon, and he had pushed the other boy into the corner, and he was begging not to get hurt. And I'm just thinking Andre's just gonna hit him. And Andre told me to come here and help him. And I was like, okay, you can do what you want to do. You can punch him or something. And I'm just holding him. And then Andre proceeds to rapidly punch him. And then after a while, Chrissy said, there's a lot of cars here. There's a lot of people watching. There's kids out. You need to hurry it up. So Andre, do what you gotta do. Just hurry it up, bro. We gotta go.
Chrissy grew nervous. She pushed Andre to hurry up. The details were getting darker now. Jaslyn kept going.
He proceeded to take out a small weapon and attempt to...
I'm sorry? Okay.
And he was failing, and I was just like, okay, I didn't see it because I'm holding his legs. So I'm in a position where I'm holding both of his legs and I'm wrapped around his under torso, and I just feel poking right here. And I'm wondering what that is. And the other boy, he has the weapon just like waving it, just like trying to not get harmed. And then he had another smaller weapon, and he took that out, and he right here.
Where's right here? On the neck, like back side of the neck?
Like side.
On the right side?
Jaslyn didn't know Andre's full plan, but she also admitted she helped hold him still, even after the stabbing began. Her story was already shocking, but what came next made detectives pause. Jaslyn said DJ was slipping in and out of consciousness.
Also, the boy was just like, "You're gonna kill me. Just choke me out or like end it," because he kept going in and out. He's like, "Choke me out, end it, let me do something." And Andre, again.
DJ knew he was dying and pleaded with Andre to just choke him out and end it quickly. But Andre didn't stop there. He stabbed him again. After that, DJ stopped resisting and succumbed to his wounds. Detectives pressed for more, and Jaslyn kept talking. Now that DJ was taken care of, it was time for cleanup.
And he had told me, and Chrissy, he had told me to get Chrissy and get cleaning supplies. And at this time, the gloves that we were having on and wearing were ripping and torn. And I was getting nervous, and I was getting scared. And I wasn't showing any of it because I'm just like, if I show this, they're gonna know that I'm like, I can't do this, and I'm like freaking out. So I'm like, I'll do what you say. I didn't tell them this, but I'm like, I'll do what you say. It is what it is, and whatever happens, happens.
She told herself to just do what she was told. No questions, no resistance. There are 3 people tangled up in this story. Jaslyn's version makes her sound like someone who just went along for what she thought was a simple fight. When things took a dark turn, she claimed she didn't fight back because she was too scared of what might happen. She pinned almost everything on Andre, but lies can only carry you so far. Truth always finds a way to surface, and that's exactly what happened next. Jaslyn slipped up, and what she said next pulled her right into the heart of the plan.
So I had helped Andre move him a certain direction under the cameras, under the one camera that we saw right there, and into the bushes. And at this time, we both had not eaten, we both were exhausted, so he's like, push him back here into the bushes and just leave him there. We'll figure out what to do with him at a different time. And I'm just saying, okay, because prior to this, he had told me that this was the first person he had ever killed.
Prior to this, he had told you that?
When we were at the house, when we were just talking about the whole plan of what to do, what was going to happen, but he never told me that he was going to kill somebody until at this time. You know, like, this is the first person. I'm going to leave it here. I'll ask Chrissy, and we're going to leave.
Jaslyn said Andre had told her this was the first person he ever planned to kill, and he didn't say it in the heat of the moment. He told her back when they were planning everything at his house. That meant Jaslyn knew about the murder plan all along. But now, her story had cracks. Detectives realized Jaslyn had just confessed that detail clashed with her earlier version, where she seemed unaware of how far things would go. The more she talked, the more it sounded like she had been in this deeper than she first let on. Then came the twist detectives weren't expecting.
The weapon that Andre was using, he used it to stab the boy. I'm assuming it's a knife then that he had?
There is a knife and there is a longer sword.
A longer what?
Sword.
A sword. Okay.
That detail changed everything. A knife could have been tucked away, But a sword? It wasn't something you could just casually hide, especially walking from her apartment to the complex. To detectives, it was hard to believe that she and Christy Parisian could have missed that Andre Clements was carrying a sword the entire time. Detectives now had enough to start piecing the story together, but they wanted to be sure which parts lined up with the physical evidence.
When he first came here, before all this started, right? When he first showed up at your house, he got here with, you said it was a collection, right? The small ones was a part of a collection?
The small ones I didn't see, but they were like either in his pocket or in the bag that he had brought.
Okay. And I guess one of them stayed behind, and then he took one small one, and then the big sword also. So you saw the big sword when he first showed up here in the first place?
Not when he... I didn't see it exactly. I only saw that there was a bag with it, and I was like, okay. Because somebody else had taken everything out of the house behind us, and I didn't know where that was. And I believe it was either in like a jacket with him, or with Chrissy in an extra jacket or in a bag with them.
Okay.
I didn't see it. I wasn't paying much attention.
Jaslyn could tell the detectives were zoning in on this one detail, that she knew about the sword before they ever left the house. And that meant she knew the plan from the start. So now, she's trying hard to distance herself from the sword. She told them Andre had grabbed one small knife and the bigger sword when they left, but she quickly added that she didn't actually see the sword at first. She just figured it must have been in the bag. Detectives weren't fully buying it. Maybe Jaslyn didn't see the sword, but by now, investigators knew enough to be suspicious. There was just too many holes, too many things that didn't quite fit. They had her confession, they had her timeline, and now they had a new piece to chase, the sword. The teens really thought they had pulled off the perfect crime. They killed someone in broad daylight on a tucked-away stairwell in an apartment complex packed with people, and somehow there were no direct eyewitnesses. On top of that, they had carefully made sure their faces stayed hidden from the security cameras. Honestly, if the group chat messages hadn't surfaced later, maybe, just maybe, they could have actually gotten away with it. But here's where everything started to unravel. After the teens dragged Grant's body into the bushes, they pulled themselves together just enough to clean up. They stuffed their supplies and weapons into a bag that Jaslyn tucked inside her jacket, thinking they were in the clear. They peeled off their gloves, walked back to Jaslyn's complex, and picked the worst possible place to get rid of the evidence. A wide open grassy area, right in plain sight of anyone looking out their window. They set a bonfire right there, pouring gasoline over the bloody clothes and watching as the flames swallowed them up. They sat around the fire, talking, scared, but still hoping that maybe they could get away with it. That's when it all turned. A security guard spotted them, and suddenly, they weren't just fighting to cover up a crime. They had a witness standing right in front of them. The security guard wasn't the only one who caught the teens near the fire. Another resident had been watching too, and she later sat with police to tell them exactly what she saw.
And the two girls, they were just standing there, but they weren't moving much. The chubby girl, she was just like moving back and forth, but like standing in the same spot but moving a little bit. And then the guy was moving around the fire, just throwing more gasoline.
What was he? What did you see him throw?
It was like a bottle. It was like the normal bottles that like he was just throwing the gasoline. He was just walking around the fire and he was just throwing more in the fire, which is getting bigger.
Andre, with a gasoline bottle, kept circling the flames, making them grow bigger with each pass. Police kept listening as she walked them through the rest.
And what was it?
I don't know. I just know, like, it looked like some type of material. It didn't look like, because we have, like, a lot of ducks. It didn't look like they killed a duck or something. It looked like it was a material that they were putting.
Okay, like material. Like clothes. Something of material type. Okay.
Her memory didn't stop there.
That's when you could
remember that they were the same ones that you saw that night.
Yes.
It wasn't until she saw their faces on the news that everything clicked. The eyewitness's account was very detailed, But what really caught the detective's attention was what happened right after she left the scene.
Okay, and then when you saw that fire happening, what did you decide to do after that?
Honestly, since they were doing it on the grass, I felt kind of unsafe that they would probably go to a certain point to spread the fire because they're teenagers. So I just slowly I walked really fast, and I went to the other side of Sherman Circle, the other side of the complex of Lake Vista.
So the other side of where the leasing offices.
Mm-hmm.
The woman feared the fire could easily spread, so she walked towards the bonfire where the teens were, but midway decided not to confront them as they could be dangerous. So she quickly walked away, heading to the opposite side of the Lake Vista complex. The officers pressed her for more details, and she gave them something useful.
So you were able to see their face clearly. If you were ever able to see them again, you would recognize them.
I didn't see their face, but I saw their body shape, and seeing them on the photos, you could picture them, especially the chubby girl. It was very noticeable. I could see her braids. Okay. And the kids.
And you did alert the security guard.
Yes.
Of the fire.
Yes.
And that's when he was made aware. Okay.
She especially remembered Jaslyn with noticeable braids, but there was something else that lingered with her.
Is there anything else you can think of about that night that kind of stood out to you?
No, not really. I just saw their emotions, and right when I came to my apartment, they were.
What did they appear like?
You could feel the traumatization from them, and you could feel like they were scared, but you could also feel like they had that energy of the way of thinking like he deserved it. Like you could notice that.
Okay.
And right when I went to my apartment, I immediately went to my balcony to see if they were still there, but they were gone really fast.
Right. And all you saw was
all I saw was the burnt grass.
Even though they seemed scared, they also gave off a strange vibe, like they believed DJ Grant somehow deserved what happened to him. It was an unsettling mix of panic and cold resolve. Despite the confessions, the evidence, and the eyewitness account, detectives weren't done yet. They still needed to cross-check every piece of the detail. Security cameras from the apartment complex confirmed much of what Jaslyn told them. The footage captured the three teens dressed head to toe in black as they approached the stairwell where they would eventually ambush DJ Grant. One camera even caught DJ Grant's final moments. Another showed the teens dragging his body toward the bushes, just as Smith had described. But as detectives dug deeper, they started noticing gaps in Jaslyn's version of events. Some parts of her story weren't matching up. Police seized the teens' phones and combed through their messages. It didn't take long before detectives found something that shattered Jaslyn's claim that she believed it was only supposed to be a fight. One message revealed the real mindset behind the plan.
In this case, on October 3rd, she says, "I love your opinion and all, but it's spooky season and my toes will be red. To represent the blood I'd be stepping on after I viciously stabbed someone to death."
The text was blunt. Murder was definitely going to happen soon. Jaslyn couldn't say she didn't know. Within days, detectives moved in on all three teens. Jaslyn Smith, Christy Parisian, and Andre Clements were all detained. Each of them was charged as an adult. They all faced the same charges of tampering with evidence and conspiracy to commit murder. Jaslyn Smith and Christy Parisian were hit with additional charges of second-degree murder. Andre, who had planned the entire attack and delivered the fatal blow with the sword, faced the most serious charge: first-degree premeditated murder.
She stood right in my face and she said she didn't know what happened to my son. She stood right in my face. I don't know if he was still alive, but I could help him.
Jaslyn Smith and Christy Parisian both pleaded guilty. They were each sentenced to 25 years in prison, with an extra 10 years of probation waiting for them after their release.
The defendant chose to deprive me, his family, his friends of his life.
On February 18, 2025, 20-year-old Andre Clements also pleaded guilty to murder, tampering with evidence, and conspiracy to commit murder. The court sentenced him to 40 years in prison, followed by lifetime probation. There's something about this case that lingers, not just the crime itself, but the decisions. The steps these teens took, the moments they could have walked away, but didn't. It's not just a story of murder, it's a story of what happens when anger goes unchecked, when loyalty is twisted, and when a split-second choice can wreck an entire life. DJ Grant's future was stolen that day, but so were theirs. 3 teens traded everything they had for a grudge, and all that's left now are decades to sit with what they did. No slogan wraps this one up neatly. Sometimes the weight just stays. If this story hits you, stick with us here at the channel. We don't race to the end, we unpack the layers. Subscribe for more cases that challenge what we think we know. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done if you saw it happening? Hit the bell so you never miss when the next story drops. See you in the next one.